to Goat Island. I'm your host, the Big Kahuzzi, back again with weekly music. This week we're bringing you news and music and more. News and music will cover all recent music-related headlines. Then we're deciding our GOAT non-Drake song of the week. Plus, we're announcing the winners of the semifinals for our GOAT Song of the Month tournament, and we'll check the top 5 artists on Spotify and give our GOAT take on it. The woke king, Kendrick Lamar, dropped the visuals for the R&B album cut Luther this past week, and why? Just why? The album came out 5 months ago. You're not telling me that you only had the time to film it now. Drake dropped a music video in the past couple of weeks, which made sense because he had an album drop 2 months ago, and you're telling me all of a sudden dropped the visuals? I'm not buying that shit. The music video has matched Nokia's views, but at this point Duckworth is just living off of the Over Your Boss's name. I'm very happy for fans of the little guy that get to have more from their favorite artist, but Kendrick Lamar just keeps proving that Drake is your favorite artist's favorite artist. Stop testing the boy. You don't want wheelchair Jimmy running up on you. Speaking of the King of the North, last week we mentioned that Drake would be joining Aiden Ross for another live stream, and we didn't get much. Aubrey had a few Tik Tok moves and showed us his boxing moves. He's not that guy. And unfortunately, it didn't give us much major update, other than the fact that he is in the studio busy with the next album, so expect for it to drop end of the year or early next year latest. Imagine that. An artist who drops an album almost every year, and even when he doesn't have enough features for that year to cover an entire project. Some fans can't relate. The Universal Music Group lawsuit is still ongoing, and it's clear that the record label is hiding something, just like Diddy hid his baby oil. Pause. Many people are viewing this lawsuit as Drake being a sore loser, or the Canadian trying to get a win wherever he can, but let's just remember, nothing has changed for him. He's still this generation's MJ. He's still the GOAT. Even if he's alone, it'd be just him, himself, and all his millions. This lawsuit is bigger than any one artist, and if Graham is successful in these proceedings, then he would be the first artist ever to really beat the system, and everything would change for everyone. OMFG keeps trying to run away from it like Kanye's wife, but remember, it wasn't too long ago they were looking at Drake like, my man, my man. Rumors online have circulated hinting that Young Thug's new album is done, and with the ATL rapper finally home, he's proving once again that he loves his fans more than his goal. Let's hope Thug releases his next project this year. The real question is though, will Devin Haney be listening to it? Because we know his goal will. And once again, it's that time of the week for the GOAT non-Jersey song of the week. And for this next coming week, we're going with Timeless by The Weeknd and Cardi. Now why? Well, it's very simple. The song mentions the great one, The Rock. And it's from another Sixer. Plus, for the 6th year in a row, The Weeknd is the soundtrack to WrestleMania. And this year's theme song being the EXO's Timeless. And I mean, ever since I was a kid, I'm legit. Now, it's time for the semifinals of the very first Song of the Month tournament, brought to you by Goat Island. In the semifinals, we have two monster matches. Firstly, for the rap semifinal, we have Baby Girl, Nokia by Al Drake going against Crush by AJ Tizzy and Georgia Smith. Might be the closest we get to hearing Smith and Graham on the same page since 2017. And I hope. Next, in the house semifinal, we got I'm Riding Down the Boulevard, Ocean Drive by Duke Dumont, facing Humba Jua by Lady Omar. Now, in the first semifinal, headed to the finals next week is Where the Fuck the Function? Nokia. Crush is a great song, but both of these songs came out the same week. And which one have you heard more? In the last of the semis, pause. Moving on through to the final showdown is, but it's never enough now, Ocean Drive. Unfortunately though, I think Humba Jua is so underrated and really just a beautiful track. Ocean Drive over the past decade has proved to be timeless and is popular in more than just one country. Next week is the final stage of this tournament with Nokia going head-to-head with Ocean Drive. Who do you think is going to take the title of the very first ever GOAT song of the month? Drop your pick in the comments. Finally, let's look at Spotify's top 5 streamed artists of all time. And the list goes from 1 to 5. T Swifty, Barboni, The GOAT Aubrey, EXO's Abel, and REG, baby. Now, first off, Goat Island does not agree with the order of this list, but unfortunately, there's a lot of stupid people in the world, so what you gonna do about that? I don't think we can argue about who's in the top 5, though. I mean, Swift and REG both deserve to be here. The Weekend stage reminding the world that every time you try and forget who he is, well, you know the rest. And I mean, Bad Bunny, the guy that matches in WWE, has multiple Drake features, plus who doesn't love dancing to some Bunny? Nueva York. And I mean, Drake, only thing we can say is he should be top 2, and he's not 2. Big 3 my ass. Next week we'll bring you more music with your weekly what's going on in the industry, another GOAT song of the week, the finals of our first ever Song of the Month tournament, and more. Remember, GOAT Island brings you more music weekly every Friday. Like and subscribe for more. And if you have any thoughts, suggestions, or issues, drop a comment. This is the Big Kahuzzi, and from GOAT Island, we'll check you again.